Hey guys, it's Shay Seeking again, and I'm here with another video. Okay, so um, I think I was on Facebook or something yesterday, and this clip ended up running past the screen, and um, I looked into it for a second. And a second is all I needed to really come to the conclusion that I just don't know what people are seeing or what they're thinking when they're following supposedly spiritual leaders such as this. I don't have anything against these people personally. I don't really care to know much more than what's being presented. And then I also know that there's a certain uh, social construct that is to put people on blast and put this out here to cause commotion amongst the people as well. So don't think for 1 minute that they're not putting him on blast for some reason. It's either something that he doesn't want to do for them um, on that level, or it's just to distract people. So, but on that note, I noticed that a lot of people that are commenting under these videos are saying stuff like, "Oh, they act like pastors can't have nothing. Oh, he just trying to give a surprise to his wife. Oh, even he says in the clip something about I wanted to give something the best to my wife or whatever. If that's the best to your wife, then both of you have no business being in the position that you're in on the platform that you're on. So this is just my opinion. This is my channel. I'm just saying it how I feel. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree, and there's going to be some people that don't agree. But what I'm trying to do is break things down on a visual level. I want to break things down to the basics so we can see where we're going wrong as humanity as a whole. Again, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and watch this clip. I know y'all probably already seen it. So throughout the time, I'm just gonna probably stop and say something here and there. But these are the people of God, uh, so called, that are leading the sheep. So here we go. If I can get it to start.
Heavy criticism for buying his wife one of the fanciest cars in the world, a $200,000 Lamborghini.
Now, as we know, this is one of the nicest cars, but is it one of the most whatever cars in the world? No, because there's people that own cars that are more expensive than this car that's $200,000. I mean, to me, that's a lot, and I could have spent it on maybe cleaning up a community, bringing in some businesses, helping the people out, same people that come to my church every Sunday, in the neighborhoods that need it most. If my husband were to buy me something, if he's listening, you can go ahead and buy me one of these abandoned houses in the not so great side of town so I can turn it into a safe haven or an art school for children in that area. That would be like buying this car for me. But that's just me. So
now he's going on social media to defend himself.
So I don't really care what you think.
Pastor John Gray.
And one more thing, you are on the public platform and you are leading a lot of people. So for him to say that he doesn't really care what people think, I think he should care. Now, should that change what you do in your everyday life? No. What should change what you do, if you think that this is the best gift that you should give your wife, should come from within you and your wife. If that's the best thing that either of you thought would be for a gift. Now, this is just me. I'm just taking the simple road. I'd rather not have all the glitz and glam and just lead a simple life and be helpful to my community. And I would think that if we had somebody that was a leader in the community, in the church, a mega church at that, that this would be the same thing that these people would want to do. Not just dress fly and come to church with the best cars and the best houses and all this other stuff. Come on. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. This is not judgment. This is just pointing some things out that I think we need to point out in the community as a whole when it comes to religion and when it comes to these pastors. So,
Earned renown as an associate pastor at Joel Osteen's mega church in Houston. He now has his own mega church in Greenville, South Carolina.
And Osteen ain't no better, because I guess during one of those floods, he didn't even want to open up his church until he got put on blast about that. So really, people, let's think about this while he's having mega churches with mega amounts of people supporting the churches, and what are you actually giving back? A performance at the end of the day that's not going to save a soul, because I think you need to really look within in order to receive redemption. I think that people better take a second look at what's going on in our communities and with these churches that you probably need to come up out of so you don't be partakers of her sins.
In early December, Gray surprised his wife Aventer with the lavish gift when they renewed their wedding vows on their 8th anniversary. She screamed with joy when it turned out to be a Lamborghini SUV.
And I'm going to just ask you one thing. If you suppose it, being somebody that is following, a follower of their Christ and of God, I'm telling you, the way this lady jumping up and down and screaming about this car, I don't know. It just tell me if I'm crazy. It just rubs me the wrong way. It just rubs me the wrong thing. It's all just so fake and materialistic, and it's just so greedy, and it's just so when people suffering. And not that I'm not saying these people can't have nothing. I'm not saying they can't have nothing, but we all need to turn around and look when we talking about getting the best and having the best. Is it really the best? Is it what's best for you, the people around you, the immediate people around you, the future? Is it best for your children? Could that money go somewhere else? It's time to stop trying to be politically correct and trying to talk all nice and say, oh, well, people can do. We all messed up when we come to what's important in this world, and I'm just pointing it out. We can have the means to do something nice for our other half, but can it be back? Can we bring it back to basics? Can we bring it back a little bit from these extravaganzas that we're wasting our money and our time trying to keep up with the Joneses and trying to look like somebody that you're really not? And even if you are them, I just don't agree with those particular people. I don't agree with any of that, what they're doing in so-called Hollywood, in the media. It's just really to turn humanity upside down over the years. Everybody want to do makeup, hair, clothes, act like, look like, say the things that you see on TV. Is damaging people. Is damaging the future for our children. We're going along with the get on. We want to talk about what we want to change, but we're supporting the very companies like Apple that's spying on you, like all these other companies, and getting the, okay, if you have to have a phone, have the phone. But do you have to get the next one and the newest and the newest and the newest? Come on, people. Come on. This world is filled with materialism, and it's just disgusting to me. And the way she jumping up and down, you could have sworn Jesus came to her birthday party.
Video has gone viral, with some people wondering whether church funds were used to buy the vehicle. $200,000 off the backs of the church folks, goes one comment. And this, you could have taken that money and given back where it came from. The people struggling in the congregation.
Not a nickel, not a penny from this church, Relentless Church, went toward.
And I hope that we all have somewhat type of skills to, people got you with your first response, your first reaction, with your gut instinct. They have you second guessing it all the time. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to say it how I feel. It looked like to me, I'm really good at judging people and looking at people when they're telling lies, and it looked like he lying to me. But really, at the end of the day, it don't matter if it was from the church funds, or it don't matter if it's his personal funds. It's still somewhat disgusting, because you're supposed to be there to go into the people that need help most, the sick people, the people that are struggling, and you're supposed to be able to help those people. So instead of that car, if she was a real woman that cared anything about humanity or her community, they could have put that money back into something else. I ain't talking about donating a little bit of money here and there, and the money don't ever even get to the people. Really, y'all, if you want to donate to a cause, do it the way you want to do it. Don't go sending money to no Red Cross and no all this other stuff and all these other funds and stuff. Go directly and help some damn body.
Gift that I gave my wife.
Gray says pastoring isn't his sole source of income. He has books and has a reality.
Oh, but it is because that's what puts you in the limelight. That's what has you getting book deals. That's what has you doing all these other things that you're able to enjoy in life right now is begin with your pastoring. So don't even do that.
Show called The Book of John Gray on Oprah's own network.
The book deal comes with resources. The TV show comes with resources.
Gray's wife lashed out at critics too. My hubby is a hard worker. He worked his whole life and he saved to bless his wife.
If this is a blessing, if this is a blessing, see, and this is where people get confused. What is a blessing? Oh, I'm blessed because I got this job. What? To fuel the disgusting industries that are harming the earth and harming the people on it? Oh, for what? And now people got to work. People got to do what they got to do. But that's what I always say. When I was younger, I would say, oh, why couldn't I be a movie star? Why couldn't I be famous? And I've always felt like there's something better for me to do. There's something out there better. So when you start seeing things for what they really are, I know why they didn't pick me. First of all, because I ain't a part of the bloodline and I'm not connected, hopefully. And second of all, they didn't pick me because there's no way that you could get me to go in front of any camera and fool or deceive a large mass of people for currency or gain, for fame or for money. You won't be able to do it. You just won't. I'm just not that type of person. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot more of us out here in the world that see what's going on, and you just couldn't pay me to damage people. You just couldn't. So yeah, I mean, we just really need to think about some things. And I know that we feel like we live in some kind of free world and we should be able to do whatever we want to do. And that's the way that society have made us feel like we need to just be there for people to do whatever but no, you should be able to do whatever the hell you want to do. You should be able to do something to help people, teach people, or be productive in society, not to keep on being the fire that fuels all of these rich people that have come, these elite people that have come into society with a wrecking ball and offer these things that we do not need. We do not need. Do you ever think about the origin of any of these companies? Nike, all this stuff. Do you think about the people in other countries that have to be in these sweatshops working hours and hours and hours upon hand? Do you think how Nike is ripping you off? They probably paying a $5 per pair of shoes and charging you $100. And why are you still purchasing these things? Look, I'd rather buy all my stuff secondhand from a small business or from Etsy or something if it's a gift. Like, for real. It's going to have to mean something for me to purchase something. I haven't always been like that, but I see that I'm pulling away from the way that society thinks we should act. And I'm pulling on the more side of being more spiritual and being more natural and bringing things back to the basics. And we really need to think about that, y'all, because even if this whole construct come down, there's a lot more stuff bigger than this that's happening in the world that I'm trying to get people to see. And if we don't start now, you're going to be way behind, and it's going to hurt even more. Nobody can say what's to come. Nobody can say what they're planning. But I'm telling you now, if you don't learn how to be more resourceful and be there for your brother and help people in your community, it's going to be some hard times ahead. It's going to be some hard times ahead. And we have to pull out of this whole entertainment. Anything that's entertainment is not for me. I don't need anything entering and obtaining. I'm down to maybe spending, I picked a select episodes of something to watch on Netflix here and there. And it has to have some deep lining information, or I have to be able to see something within that whatever I'm watching in order for it to be something for me. And that's hard for me to say because for years I was a movie buff. I had to watch all the reality shows. I had to do all this stuff, but it made me sick now. I can't even sit and watch it. I can't unless it's pulling something out to point out to the people. That's it. So anyways, I know I'm rambling now. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I don't agree with anything that the lavish lifestyles. I don't agree with any of that. 90 something percent of us do not and will not ever obtain that amount of success or wealth. So let's stop looking to these people for any kind of solution, and let's stop looking for them to be able to tell us what we need to do and what we need to reach for in our day-to-day lives. So until next time, I'm out.
Pastor John Gray, he leads the